I just like the sound of it.
You are watching Green Links World Entertainment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you will be tuned in when we go live.
Is it the wrong time? Yeah, 50, like, man, you know, your brokenness is hurting everybody. You wanna lash out on everybody else because your life was
different because I'm integrating spirit in the midst of the conversation.
Why do you think, Dr. Candace, so many people are hesitant? And I don't want to say so many people. Why do you think that people are hesitant to venture down this lane of healing? For some
And it's like now I'm not my best self because I'm burdened by everything that's going on around. It's like now it's like it's a sense of freedom when you really get to a point where it's like now you can really help them. Mm-hmm. Now you really moving. Now you really getting your stuff together by focusing on you and getting it right and doing what everybody got a gift and got a purpose here on the planet. Like
I tell you 3 times like a trilogy. Eating up his word and give me energy. Tell the filthy devil get up off of me. Saying you gotta pay.
Come on in the room. Y'all, I don't know why it's not showing me any love on Facebook, but for whatever reason, it goes in as private on Facebook. It's not something that I'm trying to do. I want this to be public, but for whatever reason, it's going on as private. So if you're trying to catch me on Facebook, for whatever reason, it's not there. I would love, what's up, Z-Mons? What's up, cuz? I would love if you all head over to our YouTube channel so we can get, we're trying to get monetized, y'all. We're trying to get it where that YouTube channel is actually bringing in money instead of, you know, us always having to put money into it. So I don't even know how this eyelash is looking right now, y'all, but we are going to start the show. There's a few things that I wanted to come and talk to y'all about today. Y'all, there's some things going on in the news. So let's start right away because I don't want to keep y'all for too long, just about an hour or so. So there's some things going on in the news. I know the State of the Union was last night, so let's go ahead and talk
about it. You are watching Green Links World Entertainment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you will be tuned in when we go live.
And you know what we are talking about, world news and entertainment right now, because this involves the entire world. So the State of the Union was last night, and I watched a little bit of it. He touched on some key things. And as I was sitting there listening to the State of the Union, and if you watched it, let me know in the chat, raise your hand or say I did. And let me know, I really want to know your opinions as far as, you know, some of the things that that President Trump spoke about. Now, for me, y'all, and again, this may just be for me, he spoke about jobs, you know, creating the jobs and, you know, the stock market and how high, you know, people, if you're investing, you're probably seeing greater returns. But at the same time, for me, it seems like, okay, what about the people that are struggling right now? You know, there's people right now that are really struggling. This economy is not looking good for everybody. Yes, there are some people that may be capitalizing off of it, but the majority of people is hurting, right? So I just want to play a few clips on, I looked for a few clips, and I thought that The View kind of gave a really, you know, detailed version, kind of summed it up, everybody's thoughts. Now, if you're watching here on YouTube, you'll be able to see the full thing. And let me know if y'all can hear me through this mic. If you don't hear me, let me know. Hey, girl. Hey, Tamara. I see you out there, hunty. Thank you so much for showing up today. So I'm going to go ahead and play one of the clips that I had picked out. And this is of The View. And then, y'all, what is going on with 50 Cent and T.I.? Like, this has turned into a whole doggone things, it seemed like. For me, it looks like. But yeah, let me get into that clip. I thought I had sent it to myself, but I guess I did not. Let me go on here. I'm gonna go right here, y'all, so I can try and find it. It may have me searching The View The View, what was it? State of Union. Let me see if I can find it that way. No. I hate when this happens. Well, basically what they were saying is that, a lot of people, he talked about a lot of things in the State of the Union, right? But at the same time, there's so many people that are struggling out here. Dang it, y'all. I wish I could find that one because I just had it up on my phone.
Seconds. First, he said this about people crossing the border. In the past 9 months,
okay, let me see
zero illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. It's true no illegal migrants have been formally admitted to the US over that time, so released from custody once they've been caught crossing into the US. But that doesn't mean there have been no illegal. President Trump just gave his longest ever speech to Congress during the State of the Union address, and he made a lot of claims. Let's talk through 3 of them in 90 seconds. First, he said this about people crossing the border. In the past 9 months, zero illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. It's true no illegal migrants have been formally admitted to the US over that time, so released from custody once they've been caught crossing into the US. But that doesn't mean there have been no illegal crossings. The official stats show several thousand illegal crossings each month under Trump, though that's still a big drop from under former President Joe Biden. Next up, jobs. Trump said this. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. So on the surface, this appears to be true. The number of people employed is at the highest figure on record, but the US population is also the biggest on record. And unemployment is also slightly up under Trump, from 4.1% at the end of Biden's term to 4.3% in January. And Trump also made this claim on the price of gasoline. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. So gas prices have fallen. However, the national average price for a gallon of gas peaked at around $5 in June 2022 under Biden, not $6 like Trump claims. The current average national price has fallen to just under $3. But this isn't the $2.30 Trump claimed. In fact, only one state, Oklahoma, comes close, where the average price is at $2.37. President Trump just gave his longest ever.
All right, y'all. Now, he said a lot about jobs. What is affecting many people? What is affecting the citizens? Right now, we have the SNAP benefits that there's changes to SNAP benefits. You have to work at least 20 hours. In certain states, there's also food now that you are unable to purchase. What states made changes to SNAP benefits in 2026? Can't buy sugary stuff. All right, I know. So some states, including Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia, are now changing the rules about what you can buy with SNAP starting this year, 2026, and banning SNAP recipients from using their benefits to buy certain junk foods. Those are the things that's important to normal, regular people. Childcare is what's important to normal, regular people. Right now, there are childcare benefits that are being cut, but that wasn't talked about. It was more like gaslighting for me, because at the end of the day, the people that, hey, baby, salam alaikum, hey, Janetta, thank you so much for joining today. The people that he are talking to, right, Levon, the people that he are talking to, are the regular people, and we're the ones that's hurting. So what he was saying really didn't have anything to do with the regular people. You're just kind of fluffing us up to make us believe that the economy is good. Yeah, for some people, but what about the other constituents that are under you? It's not good for everybody. You have the highest rate of unemployment right now for Black females. On top of that, we're trying to get these jobs that we're constantly being turned down for. We're in a race right now to try and get employment, and because this whole workover where they're trying to erase Black history, where they're trying to eradicate basically what it is that African Americans have done, it's making it even tougher. Right now, there are people that have been sitting on some of these civil service exams for a while, and they keep getting passed over. They keep getting passed over for other people, because it seems like if you are not white, then you are not right. That's basically what it's seeming like now. It feels like we're going back to the 80s where these lies are told, or the untruths, or these alternate realities are being played out. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on the State of the Union. Just know that he was serious about what he said he was going to do. If 2025 did not show us that we need to be getting prepared, I don't know what has done, because he, in all seriousness, if it wasn't so much hatred that was attached to this presidency, he would probably go down to be the best president ever, because the bully tactics. Like, I get we need to think about America first, but at the cost of the citizens. I agree that we haven't been paying attention to what's going on at home, because there should not be poverty here in America. Not if we have the best economy. We have the highest economy around the world. Look it up. Look it up. That's why we're able to get away with so much stuff. But the people that are living here are truly suffering. Luanda said it seems like we're heading towards a pre-civil rights time. I agree, Luanda. It does seem like we are heading towards that pre-civil rights time, where you really have, if you're in it, you got to stay in it. If you're not, you're fighting to get in it. There's no reason someone should have taken a civil service exam and been on the list for months and years at a time and keep getting passed over. That's not right, but it's happening. And we need to find out why. Why are these people getting passed over? Those are the things that are important to us. We need to know what's going on. If daycare is going to be affected, because it is, especially here in New York State. Thank goodness Governor Kathy Hochul is trying to fight for universal daycare, because if she didn't, I don't know what would happen. There's some parents right now that have been so gravely affected that they can't even go to work because there's no daycare. Anyways, moving on. I don't want to stick into that. We're sticking with this world news, y'all, because the world news and entertainment is hot right now, between these BAFTA awards, y'all, and the unlifing of that huge alleged drug kingpin. It's a lot going on. Let's first talk about these BAFTA awards. That's the British Academy of Film and Television Acts, everybody. Now, I don't know if you all saw, but recently, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenters at the BAFTA Awards. And during the award show, there was a gentleman in there. His name was John Davidson. He's one of the executives. He has Tourette's. So during the presentation, when they were presenting, if anyone is familiar with what Tourette's is, and I want to just walk you all through Tourette's and what that looks like, just so everyone is familiar. So Tourette's, it can be motor tics or vocal tics, and it's like spontaneous. It's something that you can't even control. So sometimes these words are just flying out. But keep in mind, everybody, let's see if let's play this video. I'm going to play this. Go ahead and play this video. Let me just pull this down, and then let's talk about it. And then let's talk about this guy. I thought that this guy, Graham O'Neill, did a really good job at highlighting what happened. So let's go ahead and play this. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here we are. I think this is it. Nope, it's this one. Okay.
That's BAFTA Awards host Alan Cumming about an hour and 20 minutes into the ceremony, after several outbursts were heard throughout the show.
If you have seen the film, I swear you will know that film is about the experience of a person with Tourette syndrome.
Yeah, the British drama, nominated for 6 awards, is based on the life of John Davidson.
Hey, Diane, thank you so much for joining. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see the video that I'm playing.
Which means the person who has Tourette syndrome has no control over their language.
Alan's statement came after the film's star, Robert Aramayo, won the Rising Star Award.
And tonight, especially, I just want to say that for people living with Tourette's, it's us around them that help define what their experience is. So to quote the film, they need support and understanding.
So I get the timing of Alan's statement, but it came.
So I like that he said that, and I'm going to bring that back. If you guys are watching, he said it's the surroundings that determines. Okay, so what?
Around them that help define what their experience is. So to quote
our award,
and tonight especially, I just want to say that for people living with Tourette's, it's us around them that help define what their experience is. So to quote the film, they need support and understanding.
So I get the timing of Alan's statement, but it came over an hour after John's first and most jarring outburst.
Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, so the Sinners stars came on stage to present Best Special Visual Effects and decided not to censor what was blurted out from the crowd, because I think that defeats the whole purpose of this.
The first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate the artists who expand.
And yeah, there are a few more outbursts heard throughout the ceremony.
In a place which is...
Okay, so let's talk about it. First, I want to give them their props for being so professional, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to stand up there and you hear these racist comments being thrown at you or talked about, and you have to continue on with your job. It's business as usual. I think that they did a very good job at business as usual. So huge shout out to Delroy and Michael B. Jordan. So let's talk about it. Tourette's. Now, if anyone is familiar with Tourette's, I just want to read off some things about what Tourette's is, because I did do some investigating. Full and fair disclosure, I actually know someone who has Tourette's, and I did get their opinion on it. I did want to find out, is that something, because keep in mind, Tourette's is where you have these outbursts. But again, these are words that are in your mind. These are things that are in your head, right? So what was going on in his head that he screamed that out was my question. That was my question. Let me look this up. Okay. All right. So let's go into what Tourette's in, because I had to do a little bit of investigation, and because I'm a visual person, I had to get it into a visual format. So basically, listen, and I was surprised at this. All right. So there are different types of Tourette's, everybody. So Tourette's is a neurological disorder that causes repeated involuntary movements and sounds called tics. Like, it's very involuntary. Sometimes it's just body movements. Your body is just moving on its own. If you think of it like this, the brain signals and it misfires, and now all of a sudden you have this sudden movement or sound. It's something that you can't control. Now, normally our brain sends smooth, controlled signals to our muscles and our voice. So we don't tell our voice speak. So there's our brain is telling, when we think of something and we're talking, it's our brain that's doing that. With Tourette, certain brain circuits, especially involving dopamine, get a little overreactive. That overactivity creates quick, unwanted bursts. So basically, this looks like rapid eye blinking, shoulder shrugging, maybe it's something like this, head jerking, arm movements, facial grimacing, it's things like that. Or it can be also vocal. Examples are the clearing of the throat, grunting, sniffing, repeated words. Rarely happens, you have inappropriate words, which is what happened at this award show. Now, some of what people are saying is that because this was recorded, why didn't BAFTA take that out? Why didn't they remove it? And why did it take over an hour for them to even come up with an explanation or an apology to the presenters? Now, one of the reasons that I'm hearing is that it could be rage baiting. It could be rage baiting. And that's something that, again, I had to look that up. Okay, well, what is rage baiting? And why is this something that people would do? Why would some people want people to just be angry? So rage baiting is online content intentionally designed to provoke anger, outrage, or frustration to drive clicks, comments, or shares. So right now we're talking about it, right? What's going on, Kato? It's on with me. Right now we're talking about it. So we're all clicking on it. People are probably going to go and view the movie just because, again, people are talking about it. So is it rage baiting? Could that be rage baiting? It could be. By leveraging emotional reactions to increase engagement, creators boost their visibility and ad revenue. It often features exaggerated. Hey, what's up, Teresa? What's up, beautiful? It often features exaggerated, irrational, offensive. Now, my thing is, although it may not have been controlled, and he was saying things throughout the ceremony, why, when it came to the two Black presenters, did he go racial? You can't make this stuff up. And why is it being swept under the rug? And why is there no apology to the presenters? It's like making it okay. And then the doggone, I'm going to play that video again. It was like, oh, Tourette syndromes make you have these sudden outbursts. Yes, that's true. But outbursts of racial slurs? No. What environment is he in that these are the words that's in his head? That's my question. Now, if you think of Tourette's as part of a tic disorder spectrum, there's different types. There's the provisional tic disorder, which involves the motor or vocal tics. There's persistent chronic tic disorder, which also involves the motor or vocal tics, not both, either or. Now, Tourette's syndrome involves both motor and vocal tics. So Tourette specifically means that at least one motor tic, meaning the movement in your body, or at least one vocal tic, and it lasts over 1 year and started before age 18. Now, what's happening in the brain, everybody, is in Tourette's, the stop signal doesn't always work properly. So you know how if we want to reach for something, if we don't want to reach all the way, our brain, we think about it, that thought makes our brain not do it, makes our arms not do it. That's not happening with Tourette's. The stop signal doesn't always work properly. And then it goes into the other conditions, the common companions, which is ADHD, OCD, anxiety, and learning differences. Now, some of y'all might be like, dang, do I have Tourette's? Because, right, Luanda, darn, do I have Tourette's? Because a lot of these things like ADHD, OCD, anxiety, learning differences, absolutely. But it's definitely something to look into. But is that reasoning? Is that a good reason to be accepting of these racial slurs? Because that's what it feels like, right, Luanda? It feels like that they were accepting of it. Nothing about that sits right with me. And again, you know, like Luanda said, it feels like we're going back to the pre-Civil War, civil rights times. Like, what is happening right now, right before our eyes? And are we paying attention to it? Are we, the normal citizens of the United States, paying attention to what is going on? Or are we being distracted by things like, let's just go get into it, this 50 Cent and T.I. thing? Let's talk about that. Now, I was kind of late to the party with the 50 Cent and T.I. thing. I didn't even realize that there was a verses that they were trying to bring up, and that's what led to all of this craziness. Now, they done brought Miss Tina in the group chat. It's like, wait, what? You got King over here making diss songs about 50 Cent. You got 50 Cent over here tripping. And like, y'all, when is enough enough? That's my question. When is enough enough? Are we okay, family, with this 50 Cent thing? Are we really okay with 50 Cent kind of trolling Miss Tina and the kids? I don't know how I feel about that. So, y'all, I guess T.I. and 50 Cent, a talk was had about them having a versus. 50 is a troll. Kato is on with me. What's up, Tamika Nicole? Thank you so much for joining. Kato said 50 is a troll. He is a troll, Kato. But my question is, when is enough enough? Has he gone a little bit too far? Like, he calling people kids out their name and stuff like that. And I rocks with 50. I was just on one of my episodes. I was just talking about how 50 is probably going to be one of the next billionaires, and even probably bigger than Tyler Perry is right now. But because he's going to be able to bring a different type of audience. But 50, these kind of tactics may have worked before, but I don't know if that's always going to work. Sometimes it's okay to bow out and say, you know what, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. You know, sometimes it's okay to just bow out gracefully. I don't know, y'all. Do y'all think it's just 50 Cent? Let's talk about it. Do you think it's just 50 Cent just being 50 Cent? He's always been like that. Very petty, Kato said with me. Yeah, he has been. LaWanda said, I love 50, but certain things are off limits. Exactly. That's how I feel like certain things should be off limits. What do y'all think should be off limits, y'all? Let's talk about it. I think kids should be off limits. Our gracefully older people should be off limits. Like a Miss Tina should be off limits. The grandkids should be off limits. But I don't know. Like I said, if you're dealing with a man who's willing to drag his own child, I guess we shouldn't be surprised, right? Should we be surprised? Probably not. Not when he's willing to drag his own child. And like I said, I rocks with 50. I do. I think what 50 is doing right now is phenomenal. What's going on, DJ Larry Loud? But y'all, when is enough enough? You know, when is enough is my question. Because I just feel like enough is enough with this thing. He didn't went on. So I'm going to play this clip that I'm going to play this clip really quickly of Brat actually speaking on it. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And let's see what's going on, DJ Larry Loud. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Now, if you guys are over here on Instagram, you probably won't be able to hear the video that I'm about to play, but basically it's the video with the Brat. She was on Ricky Smiley, and she was talking about the heated exchange between 50 Cent and T.I. So let me go ahead and play that.
Now, T.I. says he's lost respect for 50. According to T.I., he and 50 agreed to do a battle, but 50 backed out. Now, Tip explained what happened on the Gilly the Kids podcast, and here's what he had to say.
This shit just come out of nowhere. We were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows and shit while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, shit, what you think about this? Like, shit, you want to do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. I told him, I said, well, I'm going to jump out there first, and then you just going to jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, he act like he ain't know what the fuck going on. I don't even want to, man, because now I question your character.
So y'all talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, years ago.
I think it'd be a great battle, though.
I don't want to stand on stage with him. I have no interest in standing on stage with that. I don't respect him.
Man. He said he has no interest to stand on stage and do a verse.
Yeah, I said he has no interest of standing on stage.
But not only has T.I. lost respect, his son King is speaking out too, and it don't stop there. 50 posted an unflattering picture of Tiny online, and in the pic, Tiny's skirt looked like it was blown up in the air while she was performing, and an exposed part of her butt. And after that, King Harris lost his mind and went on a rant about his mama. It's far too explicit for us to play, but King definitely defended his mother and referenced 50 Cent's deceased mother in the response. I just want to say I hate this. I hate it. It reminds me of Biggie and Pac, and hopefully it don't blow up to be as big, or somebody can just squash it, because in my opinion, it's gone too far. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it's gone too far. I just don't think Tiny should have been posted. I wish King wasn't involved. Like it should stay between the two men, in my opinion, that it is about. Because when you start going low like that, and then somebody end up posting something about somebody that 50 Cent love, and then it's feeling disgusting and yucky. It don't feel like hip hop. It just feels scary, and it feels dangerous, and we don't want to lose nobody from T.I.'s camp, or nobody's from T.I.'s family, or 50 Cent or his family, or like I hate it. I really do hate it. I wish it would stop. That's why I don't get into beefs and stuff. Like I try to keep myself away from all of that stuff, because I know me and I know how I am, and I've been to prison already for my temper, and when prison or death is just no fun. You lose time with your loved ones. You ain't there no more for them.
Yeah, she went on. She said a lot there. Thank you for that, Brad. That was brought to you by Ricky Smiley. Teresa said, if you want a two-way convo, you must invite me or accept my request. I don't see it. Okay. Kato said, I'm here in Atlanta. It's a real big deal here. He down in Atlanta. Yeah, if anybody wants to join, I'd love to send y'all the link. Oh, I see it. Yep. All right, we gonna bring Teresa on here, everybody. Hopefully. What's going on, Shao Akapa, aka Paul? What's going on, Teresa? Thank you so much, Queen, for joining. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Ooh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what do you think about this thing with 50 Cent? Is it too far? It feel like it's too much, y'all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes, it's way too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand how 50 Cent rolls and things like that, but I expected a little bit more. I really did. You know, age, financial situation, the money he's made, the music he's created, the in-depth artistry. You thinking like this?
Right. I would be scared that I would lose deals because this just shows like lack of, I don't know, like in one post, I think I seen that he called the kids like albino or something like that.
Albino.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, who does that? Like 50 Cent, we love you, but man. And again, it feels like a lot of times we're dealing with these hurt men who are just lashing out. Like money does not make you happy, obviously. It does not make you happy. And it seems like that he's been hurt in the past. You know, 50 Cent was a heavier guy. You know, he talks about how he was chunky. And I know growing up how it was me being chunky. It can be traumatic, right? Because kids can be mean. And now you got this man who's now this multi-millionaire running these companies and stuff. Like he has a lot of power. So maybe he does feel like he is, I don't know, impenetrable. I don't know, invincible. It's too much though.
It's too much. And it's gonna con him. It's gonna come back and it's gonna bite him.
Yeah.
It's gonna humble him. He's gonna get humble. And when T.I. said, I don't want to be on the same stage, and he's younger than you, what did that make you look like, brother?
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm like, shoot, they both kind of gangster. At the end of the day, like I'm with the brat. Like, please just put it on the album, put it on plastic or something, put it in the verses.
Put it in what they say, put it in writing.
Yeah, put it in writing. Don't let this turn into something because they both gangster. I'm sitting there thinking, shoot, T.I. pretty gangster and 50 Cent gangster in his own self. You know, this man then took some bullets. So yeah, I just hope that it does not go into more than that. I just hope it does not go into more than that because we don't need any more craziness. We want, we want the music. Put the music. Do you think that 50 Cent feels as if, what's up, BKT 707? Thank you so much for joining. Do you feel that 50 Cent feels maybe inferior to T.I. because T.I. is a really dope lyricist, you know?
Inferior, I don't want to say inferior. I want to say maybe he's trying to flex to say I'm just as equal. 50 has what I say what most African American men with that kind of wealth and growing up with that kind of hazy background, they want to feel equal. I want to show you I can flex like you are. So I don't want to say inferior, but you don't match me, I'm gonna show you what I'm made of.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then in the same process, you're not crossing your I's and dotting your T's. You're being a little reckless with it.
Yeah.
So now you're looking less of than more than.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say inferior because he's a good guy, but he definitely is sitting there. He not looking good. He's representing very poorly.
Yeah.
Very poorly. And I love him. I love 50 Cent. I'll be honest.
It's like that need for acceptance a little bit. Like we accept you.
Say that.
That need for acceptance that we're all striving for. Everybody wants to feel accepted and loved. And it's like maybe the relationships. Some people are even going as far to say is that he don't like women, that he's out to get black women. Yeah.
I have to say, I saw some of that. The confidence in the women. Where's your confidence at again?
Yeah.
Maybe his heart has been broken so many times to where that has depreciated. So now he's looking at his brothers like, you ain't nothing either.
Yeah.
It could be many of things.
Yeah.
We always have to, I'm with you, Queen. I try not to use the negative side of someone's personality and go a little deeper in their mind.
Yes.
Because we all have so much from, when we were younger. So we have to process that as an adult.
Yes.
So with all that inferior within ourselves is a lack of confidence. So we kind of take it and we feed into it in different ways.
Yeah.
It could be where I'm a strike. It could be, I'm going to show you how I am. I'm a little bit better than you. I'm a little cockier than you. It could be anything. And we go about it all the wrong way. And that's how he's doing. He's going about it all the wrong way.
He really is.
And pain, you know what I saw too? Pain sees pain. Because you can see the pain in them.
Yes.
You can definitely see the pain.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It enters in the room with him as you see him going through. He's so out to get people based on the things. Now you have, if you think about some of the things that people are talking about, like as far as Diddy, Diddy, one of the women that Big Mike said, when it comes to 50, anything goes.
Right, Big Mike.
Yeah. Now remember, it's alleged that Diddy has been taken care of, or had been taken care of, 50 Cent's baby mom. His youngest, Sire, I think is the son. Yeah.
Yes.
She was allegedly one of the women that was getting an allowance monthly to do these things.
Okay.
LaWanda said 50 Cent lost his mother when he was young and raised by his grandparents. You don't know how that affected him. Yeah. That's what, even that. And again, that relationship with the mom, even when the mom was alive, like, I don't know how that relationship may have been. It didn't seem like it was, it seemed like it was more, she made sure that he had nice things. It seemed like it was more that type of love. That's how she may have showed her love, because she was in the streets, allegedly. She was in the streets, which is another reason why he was being raised by the grandparents. Maybe 50 isn't ready for a TI battle. Maybe that really is it. He want to flex in his space that he's in now. He's making movies. He has a movie. I didn't even know he's working on a movie with Eva Longoria, Kim Kardashian. He's working on a movie like that. Like, he's out here doing things. But 50, don't drive your people away. Don't drive your people away. This light is not lighting like it's supposed to. Oh, there it is. There it is.
I agree.
There it is.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, there we is. There we is. This light was not lighting like it's supposed to. But it's all right. I got this doggone bass. It's not working too well. But oh well.
Don't put it down like I do. I say I let it go.
Yeah. Look, I'm like, okay, there we go. There we go. Tamara says she did what she had to do. Because his father wasn't around, and kids don't understand that. So she used mature materialistic things to replace the love that he probably needed. Yeah. I agree, Tamara. Yep, I agree. That's probably what happened. That's because a lot of parents do that. We can't do, we show love in a different way.
Substitution.
Exactly. Kato said that's how 50 started his career. His first track was called How to Rob. On the track, he robbed everybody in the music industry. I heard about that. I heard about that.
True facts.
Yeah.
True facts.
Yeah. And then get rich or die trying.
Yeah, that's the way they go. That's what they were taught.
Yeah.
That's what the medium is. That's what they're focused on.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that again, it goes into these young men who have been traumatized, hurt in different ways. Now they have all these money and luxuries and have a way to lash out to make you feel even smaller.
Now I got a question for you. That do you think that our African American, I'm talking about Diddy, 50, T.I., all of them, do you think that wealth in a certain way has tainted their growth and healing and their pain by having so much money? An audience too. This is a very good question.
That's a really good question. Do y'all think that so the Queen Teresa had asked, do you think that the money has kind of tainted their growth. Hey, Abby, thank you so much for joining 3585. I think that the money probably made it even, I think it, in one way, if there was any growth that needed, like the maturity, the money did away with that, because now you have all these dollars, you have all this money, you're going to have people flocking to you just because, so that you aren't even going to be accountable for the things that you're doing, because the money is like blinding people. So now, yeah, I do think it could stunt your growth, because there's no reason to be accountable when you can pay your way, Right. You know? Right. So yeah, Big Mike said it's not the money anymore, it's just a bragging rights and the status. Yeah, a lot of them, because they're sleeping around too. Keep in mind, y'all, the same things that go on in our neighborhoods, like the things that we're around, it's still going on in the industry. Like they just have a few more dollars. It is a thing for them to sleep with other people, women. Like it's bragging rights. It's bragging rights. Lawanda said that's a great question. I think it may have inflated their egos a bit, but the money can help with therapy if they're willing to do the work. I agree. Tamara over here on YouTube said, in a sense, they probably feel like money is power, like they had the money, so everything goes, anything talks, BS walks. I agree. Okay, Nugget, enough. Enough.
I agree.
Yeah.
Was she mad?
You hear? Oh my goodness. Enough, Nugget, enough, because you're going to be acting up in here. Come here. Now sit your butt down. Oh my goodness, he's so spoiled. Sit down.
You got him there.
Yeah, really. Whining like, oh, let me in. Big Mike said, looking, Ray J broke and still trying to be relevant. Yeah.
That's true. He is.
Man, Ray J. Prayers for Ray J.
Guys, what y'all feel about Ray J? My little heart got to go out.
I feel sorry for him. It's like Ray J is on, and just thinking about his mom and dad, like his mom and dad are still alive and kicking. I can just imagine as a parent what they're thinking, or the heartache that they're feeling, because if it is an addiction that he's going through, y'all, you know, that's some serious business. Cato said, I think the money makes you 10 times more of the person that you are. I agree. Lawanda said, I'm so tired about him in that Kim video. Yes, it is so annoying. It is so annoying. Big Mike said, I'm mad at him. I bought those headphones. They don't work.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those headphones.
That's terrible.
Oh my God. Yeah, but getting back to Ray J. Ray J, yeah, he is okay, Nugget. Okay. All right. You want to be in the video?
That's how much some love.
Yes. Yes. Wanda said, me either. All right. You can't get in my lap.
I know that's right.
You can't get in Grammy lap. I'm working. You'd have made me drop my phone and everything. This little boy. Look at him. Just gotta be in there. What else is going on? I want to also talk about that Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, y'all. For any podcasters, if you are into podcasting or you're thinking about picking up a microphone and becoming an internet journalist or whatever they call us, dot your I's, cross your T's, everybody, because with the arresting of Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, they are coming after journalists. Like, they want to make it where you are unable to talk about some things. And like, they are totally trying to erase history. They are trying to whitewash everything back to the way it used to be when we were growing up, Teresa, when we were taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Okay. They're trying to get back to that, and it's a fight. Like, it is so important for people like us who are venturing out here to just talk about the things that are going on that's important to real people. You know, there's things that's going on that are really important, like the SNAP benefits. Big Mike said, we got them on the run and they can't take us all.
They can't take us off.
Okay,
true.
enough.
They're going to try, though. They're going to definitely put forth the effort.
Yeah.
They already trying.
And this is the time where you really want to try and stay out of the prisons because they, y'all.
Ooh, there's so much going on.
Yeah, for real.
There's so much going
Stop.
on in the prison.
Stop, Brownie. Stop.
You do not want to be there.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention before I close this out, y'all, in the Trump State of the Union, he talked about the Trump RX, y'all, and the Trump kid accounts. As I was watching him, I was thinking to myself, wow, imagining the president as a child and not being able to get his way. I just can't imagine. He is definitely full of himself. He is definitely full of himself, and he's very confident. And he said what he was going to do, and he did what he said what he was going to do. And it is up to us to just listen. We cannot not pay attention to what he's saying, because one thing he hasn't done is told us lies about what he planned on doing. He's planning on making America great again, but it's just not going to be great for everybody. And that's just the truth of the matter. There's people in this thing that's going to come out on the other side wondering, how the heck did I get here?
Yep.
Because we need to be paying attention. We need to be paying attention to these local elections. Starting on Saturday, I'm going to have a list of places of each state that has local elections coming up, y'all, because we really need to get out here. We really, truly need to get out here and vote, because these local elections are going to determine what's going on at the top. Okay. If the people that we are electing in office do not care about us, then we need to get them up out of office. So we need to go to the polls and vote when necessary. Big Mike was saying, not really, because if you look at the interview with him and Oprah Winfrey in 1988, he just said the opposite. And LaWanda said, yes, that's important. It's so important, y'all. And I did bring up a list. Let me see if I can get that list back, because I brought up local elections. Okay. All right. So there are some places that's having local elections. So this year we have Oklahoma City mayoral election. It actually happened on February 10th. Georgia just had a state Senate runoff on February 17th. And Maine and Pennsylvania have their special House elections. Actually, it was yesterday, the 24th. These races, y'all, actually shape local policies and community leadership. So we need to be on board about this. Cato said, what about this talk about the big mothership coming here from another planet? Obama was in an interview and even said that aliens are real. Yes. I'll probably talk about that on Saturday, Cato. Because I want to do
that too.
Yes. I want to do a little bit more investigating on that. I saw that. And let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe that there are aliens? Do y'all believe that there's a possibility that there can be life other than ourselves?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Agree.
I definitely agree. And just on a quick brief, we're not going to open the bag on it, Queen, but we're going to just say, go back to 1988 in our era. And if you recollect how they used to talk about the drive-ins, this is just a food for thought, guys. And we will go to the drive-in, and before the reel will come in, okay, remember that bright light that would shine directly on the screen before the reel will pop in, and it would almost look like it was a interjection in between the screens. People used to say that wasn't the machine, that was the projection from a UFO that shined on the
Oh, wow.
I used to find that funny until one day I went to a drive-in. Okay, and me being who I am, but I love science and things like that, I said, I'm gonna check that out. So me sitting there, I'm looking diligently at this board, trying to see it. I'm looking around, looking in the sky and trying to pay attention, just airing it. And back then, weed was the thing, the genre to do. So I definitely had to tote it up at that time. So I'm feeling good in the air. And as I'm looking, and I'm saying, okay, well, the movie about to come on. I want to say I was about to watch Pretty in Pink or something like that, one of them old times, okay? And all of a sudden, yes, it did. The whole projection just the movie, and it say Paramount. The whole screen did a whole flash. Everybody in the drive-in said, "Did you see that? Did you see that?
Wow.
Was that from the real?" I said, "No. See, y'all better pay attention.
I believe
what's
it.
going on around you."
I've seen flying things in the sky. I've seen things where it looked like they were stopped. Lights in the sky looking like a star. It looked like it stopped and now it's starting to move.
Right. So even if it's not but every few thousands of years or 10 years, whatever, I do believe there is, if God can make us, there's other things out there. Okay, that's possible. And I don't believe people are going crazy in some of the theories. In 1943, this is just another story where a lady said that she was taken out of her car. She was driving and she bypassed a tornado. But she came and was awakened 3 days later. Where was she? She said, but then when she, was woken up, she had bruises on her back. She had bruises on her thighs. She had bruises on her neck. So for them 3 days, where were you?
See?
And it's still to this day, they don't know. You know what I mean? So things like that, you can't make that believe it to be unbelievable. But from that woman, I know in her mind, she had to say, what took me for 3 days?
There's a movie that we watched. I believe it was on Netflix. It was like an alternate world where this man, and was it Stephen King that wrote the book? This man came into this small town, in Maine. There was only maybe a population of 500 people, and he started unlifing people. And they were it was in the same world, but in an alternate reality. It was the craziest, and it was like something that came and taken them. Unexplainable. Unexplainable.
So yes. So I tell people, you don't have to believe in something to have an open mind. Just be aware and cautious. That's all I tell people all the time. I don't tell people you're crazy. I don't think people crazy if they say they've seen the ghost. I don't think people are crazy if they say they have a spirit. Don't write them off. It's not known facts all the time, but there are some people out here, they'll tell you, "Oh no, I didn't see my sister. She walked right past me." And I say, "Okay, God bless." You know what I mean? I don't judge at all. I do not judge.
Lawanda had said to your earlier reference, she said, "Wow, I didn't." Cato said, "I believe that it is on the fact of who built those pyramids." Yeah. Because we are going to talk about these things on Saturday, because we till this day don't have the technology to build something so perfect. Exactly. We don't. And listen, y'all know that there were even more there. So there were sphinxes that had these huge noses because Africans had built them. All of that stuff was destroyed. The same way that they're trying to destroy the history, Brownie, move. The same way that they're trying to destroy the history again, to take us back to those days. I'm glad it is going to be up to this generation to teach the children the truth. It's going to be up to the people coming up now to teach them, because they aren't going to be able to get it from out of the schools. The curriculum is changing. They're destroying books and stuff that tell the true story, because they don't want to be seen as the people who came and literally took land, stole land from people that were already here. They don't want that because it makes them look bad. Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. You can kind of make it a little bit better by saying, that's what was done in the past, but this is what we're doing to rectify that, because it was wrong. It was wrong. You have Native Americans right now living on land, small pieces of land, barely getting by. Alcoholism is real, because of the things that happen. Right? Accountability. Exactly, Lawanda. Where is the accountability?
Right.
Yeah. Big Mike said they've been hiding the truth for years. Too many years, y'all. Too many years. And it really is going to be up to us to make sure that truth gets out. Because if it doesn't, this generation that's coming up is going to learn lies. They aren't going to have the full truth. They aren't going to know that they too can be great. I feel in my heart that before President Trump presidency ends, this term that he's in, he's going to try and find a way to erase the fact that Obama was president.
I do too. Oh my. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I have that thought? I said, is he going to try, but he's going to implement it as it was almost fake.
Yes.
He's going to put it as it was an illusion.
Yes.
Or it was a mockery. Guys, don't let that man do that. I call him the orange suit. Don't let him do it.
Yeah.
Please don't. Okay. And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad to me. We have someone who took our only African-American president and made him into a gorilla.
Man. And was able to do that. Like they are allowing this stuff, and it's making people. I was having a conversation earlier, and it's like people, instead of covert, remember there used to be, like, I've dealt with covert racism. They affect your pockets. You know, you have you're in a job, you and your coworker, your counterpart does not look the same as you. Your counterpart is probably making a lot more than you just based on the color of their skin. This has happened. You know, way more qualified, but because and it happens. So now people are just out with their racism. They don't even care. They have batteries in their backpack. Go sit down. They have batteries in their backpack. He thinks everything is about him. Everything is not about you, Rami. Everything is not about you. You ready to go outside? Is that it?
I'm ready.
Yeah, he ready. He ready to go outside. We about to go to war with Iran. Yes, I know you be paying attention to the news, Kato. I know you do. Yeah, these are Saturday, y'all. I'm gonna try and be on for at least 2 hours. If y'all want to join me, if anybody want to join and have a family, I think we need to have a family conversation. We need to talk about some of these things because we may be going to a war with Iran. One of the biggest, allegedly, one of the biggest cartels in Mexico, their leader just got unlived. We need to talk about that. You know, what does that look like? No, Brian, enough. Get down. Enough. What does that look like, y'all? So I thank y'all all for joining me this evening. Thank you. Big Mike said, great show as always. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, Queen Teresa. If you are available Saturday, let's do this thing. If y'all want to join the conversation with me Saturday, we're going to have a more in-depth conversation, talk about, like Kato said over here, are we about to go to war with Iran? Is that about to happen? What about some of these benefits that are being cut? There are states right now that are not allowing you to purchase some of those things that your kids may enjoy, like juices, potato chips. Those things are expensive. You know, should the kids not have them? I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right. Thank you so much for joining today, LaWanda. See you on Saturday. Thank you to Teresa. And thank you, everybody. I love y'all. Long life. And if y'all did not see this on Facebook, I apologize. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. It's not giving me any love. I guess I'll have to open it up or share it once I get out of here. Right? So love y'all. Long life. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day on purpose because you can.
This is a Green Links Media production. Thank you for watching. Subscribe now and hit the bell to be reminded when we go live.